Oh yes, indeed. Today I will be reviewing for you brand new Black Orchid Parfum and compare it to the original Black Orchid and Velvet Orchid Flanker. So, if you're the fan of this Tom Ford's line and you are curious about the brand new release, then please keep on watching because my critical thoughts on it are coming up. Hello everyone and welcome to this spontaneous video. I did not plan to do that soon because I did not expect brand new Black Orchid Parfum to appear in my local shops that fast, but it did, and today, hoping that I will smell it there, I got to the shop and I could not pass that stunning golden flacon that looks even better in the real life than it does on the pictures online, and it wasn't really hard to be catched by it. They did an amazing job on the bottle, so yes, congratulations on that, but we are here to discuss the actual fragrance. And I won't lie, I was excited for this release, particularly because of the notes. Bloody notes. Like, I always blame the notes because they make me so excited for perfumes, and in the majority of cases my high hopes and expectations and dreams are ruined. Alright, let me know if you always get quickly excited because of the notes, but with Black Orchid Perfumes Pyramid, that wasn't really that hard to fall in love with it without even smelling it, because first of all, that golden flacon, stunning. Notes, oh my goodness. And I thought, and once again, that impression I got from the notes, Tom Ford decided to create perfume that will be the core of Black Orchid without anything disturbing about it, just pure, dark, luscious magic. And so I was full of excitement trying it out, and my first thought when I smelled it was, oh, isn't it the exact same scent as the original EDP Parfum? And you know, at this point I need to reveal something that some of you might hate me for. Some of you might agree with me on that. I wasn't the biggest fan of the original Black Orchid that actually appeared on the market in 2006 and has been a hit since then, and it is a signature scent for many women and men out there, which I totally get. It has that signature scent vibe going on. It's very characteristic and special, so I wasn't a fan of it, not because it smells bad, not at all. It smells interesting, for which I appreciate it, but it's just like the tiniest bit like a hint too heavy for me and doesn't perform well on my skin. So I hoped that Parfum will be my jam, and I was sure I wanted to blind buy it. It was a safe purchase for me, but I'm so glad that I tested it first, which I definitely recommend you guys to do too, particularly if you love Black Orchid and you're looking for something similar yet different than it, and you hope to get from Black Orchid Parfum what you expect. Well, the thing is, I decided to spray on the original EDP Parfum because since I don't have it, because once again I described my relationship with it, I thought I am not that super familiar with it. I don't wear it on the daily basis, so maybe I forgot something about it, and so I sprayed it on and smelled them side by side, and still, you guys, this is like 95% same scent. And you know what? It's sort of shocking to me personally, and I can tell you that I'm that person that really notices differences and similarities between perfumes. My nose is trained. I smell new fragrances every day, and every week I go to the shop to smell new releases, so I try to be objective about perfumes, but when I notice differences and similarities and I really pay attention to them, I am open about all my thoughts. And at some point it is a little bit disappointing to me personally to tell you that these fragrances smell very similar similar. Actually, they smell exactly the same, and I don't really understand what's the point to put the exact same juice into a different looking, yes, more stunning looking, but still bottle. And there are not that many flankers of Black Orchid anyway, so they could do what I expected them to do, which I will tell you. But let me first describe the scent of Black Orchid Eau de Parfum really quickly for you. And I'm a little bit confused that on Fragrantica some notes are listed twice. So for example, flowers such as jasmine, gardenia, ylang ylang are featured as top notes and as middle notes, but other than that we have some citruses such as mandarin, lemon and bergamot as top notes. Black currant and truffle are there too. Then fruity, spicy notes and flowers such as lotus, orchid, ylang and white flowers build the center of this composition, and in the base there is vanilla, some chocolate, patchouli, amber, smoke, musk, sandalwood and vetiver that we have in Black Orchid, and that definitely tells us that this is a complex fragrance that should imitate the scent of the darkest black orchids out there, and that was the challenge, and in my opinion they succeeded in that. This is an unusual, slightly gourmand fragrance that is quite daring, not sticky, not boring. That black truffle with black chocolate and patchouli, oh, that is definitely an intense and sort of sensual mix, all right? And then when you look at the notes of Black Orchid Parfum, and we are quickly moving on to it, they feature slightly same and yet different notes, and the pyramid itself is more minimalistic, and that's why I thought this is gonna be like the essence of, you know, the Black Orchid Eau de Parfum. It's, you know, there is a hit nowadays of intense fragrances, intense trend as I call it, and so instead of creating an intense flanker, which they could do, maybe that's a better idea. Tom Ford, if you're watching, if you're listening, here I am, you know, giving you free ideas. Yeah, I'm always there for that, you guys, for you. But what I'm trying to tell you, of course, they could not miss on the truffle. It's there. Without it, Black Orchid wouldn't be Black Orchid anymore. New note joined as a top note, plum. It's there, very much there, very noticeable when you spray it on, but then again, it's very similar to the fruity accord in Black Orchid, and ylang ylang is in there too. And other than that, there is only one floral note, which is orchid. Of course, without orchid and truffle, they could save this new release, which they could anyway. But ylang ylang, I was excited about this perfume mostly thanks to this note, which I hoped more perfumes will feature in 2020, as I expressed my wish on ylang ylang fragrances in the perfume banger that I posted earlier this year, and that's a fun video, and I highly recommend you to try it out if you want some entertainment after watching this one. And basically there are a few new releases that feature ylang ylang as a note, and I strangely had this dream, idea, hope, I don't know how to call it, the Black Orchid Parfum will be with a tropical twist that will be boozy, because in there is rum, and Yana loves her boozy perfumes because they are so sexy. So I had a feeling this is gonna be totally Pirates of the Caribbean type of fragrance, you know, tropical, dark, sexy, daring, bold, exploding, and there is patchouli, and all you get is the exact same fragrance as Black Orchid. Yes, with patchouli that is earthy and bold and very hippie-like, and there are berries and fruits, but no lusciousness and tropical and exotic feel of ylang ylang. No booziness to me at all. If you have different experience, please share it. I'm sure it's gonna be helpful for all of us, but I was suddenly like so shocked. I definitely expected more from Tom Ford, but then I thought maybe the point was not to put focus on other materials, but to increase the concentration, because, you know, this is parfum. The previous one was eau de parfum, and it was so intense in the opening, but kind of better blended. So I thought maybe they took out all of disturbing notes and just, focused on the main ones. And all the time I wore it after I went out of the shop and got home. It was there. I sprayed on my skin, on the blotter, on my clothing, and it was so hardcore. And now only 3-4 hours have passed and it's not on my skin anymore, where the majority of fragrances tend to last. So I can tell you that maybe because they took out the supporting notes, the fragrance became flat. I don't know what that was, but for this price, although it's not the most expensive fragrance, but still not the most affordable one, they could do a better job, as they did with Velvet Orchid, which is the most interesting out of this line to me. It's honeyed, it's sexy, it's fresh, yet very deep, sexy fragrance with lots of flowers, but at the same time something dirty and provoking to it. Great perfumers work on it, so in my opinion this is the best option between these three, and Tom Ford, please create more, but more interesting Black Orchid flankers. I'm sure your fans are gonna be pleased by them, and that was my take on brand new Black Orchid Parfum. Let me know how you like this video. Hopefully it was helpful, and if so, please give it a thumbs up, please subscribe to my channel, and please stay tuned and smell good. We'll see each other next one really soon. Bye guys.